What is good? YouTube. AJ Boogie back at it again, bringing you that NBA awards ceremony. Hey! Now, before we talk about these awards, who deserved it, who didn't deserve it, did the NBA get it right, I want to address this NBA awards ceremony as a whole. And let's just start from the top. I think this award ceremony is a complete waste of time. There is no reason on a Monday night I should have to watch a 2.5 hour show in order to see people win awards that I already knew they were going to win 2 months ago. Me personally, I thought Shaq had his moments of being funny, but I feel like he was trying too hard to be funny. I feel like they want the show to be funny, and it's just something that you can't organize, you can't orchestrate. And I feel like the NBA, they're just trying to be Hollywood. They're trying to make it like the Oscars, like the Grammys. The NBA needs to go back to just announcing who was the winners. Sports has already got their Oscar Grammy show, and it's called the ESPYs, and it's competitive actually because it involves everyone in every sport. There's no parity in this NBA awards ceremony. We already know who won these awards months ago. So let's get into these awards, starting off with the most improved player, Pascal Siakam. And this was an easy one. Siakam averaged 9.7 points last year. He was not a focal point for the Raptors, especially offensively. But the man this year averaged 17 points a game, 55% shooting. Toronto does not win without Pascal Siakam evolving like he did. Think of it this way. Kawhi Leonard comes to town. What's that mean for you? You're going to lose minutes. You're going to lose shot opportunities. And quite frankly, you're in a worse position than you were last year. And a great stat for Siakam, he held opponents this year to 39.4% shooting. And you throw Kawhi Leonard in that mix, scary. Lockdown defense. So I think the NBA got this pick right. I was just happy that they didn't give it to D'Angelo Russell, the media sweetheart. They used their brain and not their heart to pick this award. Let's move on to Rookie of the Year. It was really between Luka Doncic and Trae Young. And this was an easy pick. I don't understand people who actually think that Trae Young had a shot to win this. Luka averaged 21 a game, 8 boards, and 6 assists. And he's not even the team's point guard. And this is all I would have to say. Who stalled out at any point of the season? Trae Young. I don't have to ask that question for Doncic. Let's just take stats out. Luka is more skilled than Trae Young. And at the very beginning of the NBA awards ceremony, Trae Young basically gave it to Luka. They interviewed him and asked him, "Tell us why you're Rookie of the Year." And all Young had to say back was, "I feel like I deserve it." And everybody's kind of looking around at each other like, "And surely you have another reason?" He didn't. So the interviewer quickly switched the conversation to Trae Young's chain that he got from Quavo. It's like, bruh, you don't even have a good reason why you should be Rookie of the Year. We all know you're not, but you can't even give yourself a case. So NBA got that one right. We are now 2 for 2. And that one was one of the easiest ones of the night. Now, here's the first mistake that the NBA made. The moment of the year. Derrick Rose won Moment of the Year with his 50-point game. And look, I get it. I understand. That was a powerful moment, and it was good to see a vintage D Rose moment. But if you ask me, if that's the best moment of the NBA this year, it's a joke. It was one good game. Me personally, I'd say LeBron James passing Jordan. I say Klay Thompson's 14 threes an NBA record. I say Russ's 20-20-20 game for Nipsey Hussle, his tribute, that's way more of a bigger moment. But anytime it's a fan vote, you know people are voting with their heart and not their brain. And if you ask me, it was a sympathy award. You basically crowned D Rose as a has-been. But I'm not upset about it. We all knew that was going to be the winner. No big deal. NBA got it wrong though. Coach of the Year, I'm not too worried about this one. Budenholzer won, the coach for the Milwaukee Bucks. Mike Malone was a good choice. Doc Rivers was a good choice. Budenholzer had the best record. I think that's the best way to settle that argument. Defensive Player of the Year, though, that was a complete robbery. We all know Rudy Gobert is a great defensive guy. But I do not like this pick because he can't guard a guard. He can't guard a 1 through 5. He can only guard a center. And there's not too many great centers in this league. It's a guard-driven league. You should have gave it to Giannis. This guy did it on both ends. He can guard a 1 through 5, and he has just as good as rim impact as anybody, as Gobert. Here's the thing I don't understand. Gobert wasn't even an all-star this year, so you have a hard time convincing me that someone who is not an all-star can be a defensive player of the year. Here's my last point. When Utah would play Golden State, Gobert is useless. You can't have him out on the floor. Not my defensive player of the year. NBA butchered this one. So let's talk about the MVP, and this was the other easiest one besides Rookie of the Year. Giannis Antetokounmpo winning it. And this was an easy pick. Giannis deserved it over James Harden. Giannis does it on both ends of the court. He's one of the best offensive players and one of the best defensive players. He's one of the best two-way guys in this league. Harden is only one way. His only concern is offense. Harden's 30-point games in a row, that was cute. Don't get me wrong, it was impressive. But when you have a system around you where it's focused on either you scoring or you kicking it out to an open shooter, your stats can be a little inflated. And whose stats are the most inflated / misunderstood in the NBA? James Harden. Case closed. And I know it's a regular season award, but the last taste of James Harden in our mouth is him stalling out in the playoffs. And it's nothing new. We kind of expect it now. NBA got this one right too. NBA Twitter, you can cry over Harden not winning MVP, but he didn't deserve it. If you're a real basketball fan and you watch the game, Giannis was the winner. He deserved it. So, to wrap this video up, I think the NBA got a lot of them right. I think they got a few of them wrong. Let me know in the comment sections what you guys think. That's all the heat I got for today. I'm thinking next Saturday I want to do a live stream, so make sure you come in for that. I will let you know with the time. I hope you enjoy the video. And with that, AJ Boogie, and I'm signing out. Boom!